Another week, another Air Force team with the option stuff. It seems like that quarterback they have in now is a little bigger guy. Also seems like he can throw it a little bit better. So I imagine that the challenges are even a little bit higher just based on that. Is that safe? Is that accurate?
Yeah, no question. I mean, you've got a dual-threaded quarterback that can run it as well as throw it. You've got triple option to defend, and they're giving you tons of formations, and they change them every week. So it's going to be a challenge for us on Saturday night.
I know last year's outcome wasn't how you wanted. You came up off the short end, but it seemed like you defended them pretty well last year. At least when you go back and look at those films, did you feel like you defended them pretty well for the most part based on what they do and how specialized they are?
I think we played the run game pretty well. We I think held them 100 yards under their average in the rush game, but we gave up 2 big play-action passes, and that was the difference in the game. I think if we can play the run as well as we did a year ago, and stop the play-action passes, we're going to have a chance to have a good outcome.
I know, every position against these guys, there's important assignment-oriented, but, having Quest back at safety, and we've talked about that, making that switch into the athleticism he has. How big will he be this week? Again, I know every position will be big, all 11 guys, but having that experience out there and him back, how big will that be in your mind?
Well, I think it's going to be big. I mean, our free safety has got to be the last guy back there, and he's the guy that saves the touchdown. And 18 tackles against Nebraska, and it could be a similar kind of game for him this week. They're going to, as I said, give you a variety of challenges, and he's got to be the guy that's got to be the fail-safe and make the play to save the touchdown.
One thing that Coach Christian said, he's been really pleased with the physicalness of the defense so far through the first 3 games, and 2 touchdowns last week. And look, I know every game's the next challenge, but through 3 games, Chris, are you pretty pleased where this unit is as a whole right now?
I think we're making progress. I think you can see that. But we're going to save our final judgments for the end of November, and we'll see where we are then. But our whole thing defensively is just trying to improve every week and improve every day we go out to practice. So the challenges are going to get tougher and tougher. Certainly, this Air Force challenge is going to be bigger than the last 2 we've seen, and we got to be ready to play. We've got to take it up a notch to have the kind of success that we've had recently.
Sure. We've talked a lot about the tempo of the offense this year for Wyoming, and how the transition that was, and also even for the defense going back in the spring and moving so much. And while the touchdown drives the offense had, a lot of them have been really quick hitting scores. I think there was one almost 4 minutes last week, but they've been quick hitting. And I imagine if they're scoring points, that takes a little pressure off the defense. But how do you think your defense has responded? Because there's times where the offense has scored in less than a minute, even a lot of them, most of them under 2 minutes, and then your defense is back out there. How do you think that's gone so far?
Well, I think our guys have handled it well, and you're absolutely right. I mean, you look at last week's game, there were 15 drives. Northern Colorado had 15 opportunities to score against us, and they scored once and we scored twice. So we like that. The week before against Idaho, same thing. They had 15 drives against us and they got a touchdown and a field goal. So that's the challenge. I mean, you would play against an up-tempo, quick strike offense, and you're going to be back out there on the field on defense. You just got to find a way to get off the field, and we've been able to do that the last 2 weeks.
Okay.